Hi, YouTube. I hope you're fine. Today's a little snowy, but beautiful. Give me one moment. Excuse me. I got to look at everything logically. That's the best way to do things. It's like with the Mandela effect that they're trying to push on us and Cern. There's nothing new under the sun. All they've ever been able to do is blow up stuff and make bigger bombs. So there you go with Cern. And they can't break through the firmament. Um, they've tried and tried, and whatever. All the demons that they want to let in, they already are here in human form. All the fallen, that's how they fell, by being crummy people, you know. Okay. Of course, my opinion, I can't prove anything, but let's talk about the Mandela effect and look at things logically here. If let's say I have that and it didn't say super on there, it just said glue. Would we know that that had been changed? Of course we would. It's physical. We know that if they, or even if it just said Lou, super Lou, we would know it had been changed. This is not the Mandela effect because somebody lies to you. It's just like with them changing the calendars and the times and words and everything. We know better because, it's logical. Let's look at things logically. If I set my, if I set my clock 15 minutes ahead and you had went outside for 5 minutes and had looked at the clock before you went outside, I'll give you another example too, but just absorb that one for a second. So you come back in, just say you were out for 5 minutes and you come back in, and if it was 4:30 and now it says a quarter to 5 instead of 4:35, and I told you it was the Mandela effect, would you believe me, or would you think I was lying to you? You know, logically speaking, if I change a label on something that used to look different back in the day, let's be logical. They changed it. It's a lie. And then they say it's a Mandela effect. I'll give you another example with the time thing. Um, let's see. It's like if you had a calendar hanging by your desk and I copied that calendar all except for the first day of the month, say the first day of the month of March, I erased day 1 and my calendar starts with day 2. Does that make it accurate, or am I lying to you? Are you going to start going by my calendar? Um, let's see if I can think of another. Um, let's go 6 hours. If it's midnight and I set the clock for 6 o'clock in the morning, and you found out that I set the clock, is that the Mandela effect? No, it's not. These people say that there's quantum time. Now, I do believe God can change time, but then what is time? How is time provable? The only true test of time would be our Creator, right or wrong. Who knows the time or the day? That's God knows. God knows, you know. So thinking logically at everything they're saying, like quantum time and uh, Mandela effect within the matrix. And the matrix is the World Wide Web. That just means that it's easier to fool people because I could type out anything. I could make a meme on my laptop and just say, um, Christ already came, didn't you notice? And then people would say, hey, a lot of people, hey, Christ already came. But did that make it true? Or maybe that's not a good example. Let's see. Oh, my cat, Doug's cat is distracting me. Yeah, yeah, you want to come here? Oh, Doug left you? No? Sorry for you. He'll be back. You're okay. He, yeah, wow. He gets, he gets one of his toys and he comes out here and yells about it when Doug had to go to town and get some salt because we got a gas man coming tomorrow. So we don't want him to slip. It's pretty icy out there. He's driving me nuts. Okay, Bob, enough already. So, yeah. Oh, I was thrilled to death. Got all four of my granddaughters on one page for me to look at, three from one mom and one from another. So now all I got to do is get my children to have pictures of them, and I'll have new pictures of everybody. So that's good news. Yeah. And my daughter in law watches me. Hi, beautiful. So that's really cool. And my son. I should say son's plural, but the one can't watch me right now. He's restricted. So anyway, um, but the one has been sober, no booze, no nothing, for over a year. How amazing is that? That's prayers come true. Yes, I'm proud of him. He's I'm sure it wasn't an easy thing to do, you know. So that's very cool. Good news. And I do thank God, and I know He does too. You know, that's the cool thing about it. Um, he even believed in God when he was a little tiny guy. It was so funny. Um, I went to church with. He named his daughter after one of my friends, and I used older lady used to take us to church, and just actually to be with her, and then we'd enjoy a meal together after church. But my oldest son would be in these little suits he had, and he'd like mix them up and match them each day, but he looked so sharp, and it was so funny. He'd go up, like he was 6, he'd go up shaking these men's hands, and he looked just like a little midget man, like they did. And he was really like intellectually minded right from day go. You know, that's he was really, I know a lot of people may not believe it, but he said mama when he was 2 weeks old. Seriously. And he was talking sentences at 9 months. And yeah, so, but I think that has a lot to do with I only had one child, and I talked to him constantly. And that probably has a lot to do with it. And I started reading to him when he was really tiny, and we would play school. And then when we got his little brother, um, I kept Luke home from kindergarten because I lived in Phoenix and I wasn't gonna. Oh, a girl had got kidnapped off the same bus I was supposed to put him on. It's like, no, so close to Mexico. I'm not doing it. So I homeschooled him for that first year. Well, kindergarten wasn't really a tough stretch. So by the time he was in first grade, he was writing his name and knew how to count and knew his ABCs and all that. So he was like pretty well ahead of everybody, you know. So anyway, yeah, I'm proud. Um, Now I see that him and his family are like really into academics and um, learning stuff. It's so cool, so cool to see another generation want to learn, you know. So I have somebody I call Cousin It. I read a part of your post and didn't go on to YouTube before I made this, but you said something about me deleting something. Well, if you deleted a comment, or if I did, I don't recall deleting one of your comments, but if it was rude, I might have. But I think they're all there. I didn't delete nothing of yours unless it's from way back, if you're like Richard or somebody. But um, as far as anything recent, didn't touch a thing. So if you did something and you're trying to lay something on me, don't play with me, okay? Otherwise, you're welcome to stay. But when I open up my email or on my phone and I see something derogatory and I'm going to make a video, you're making a fool out of yourself. And everybody that knows me knows that I'm brutally, brutally honest. I'll tell you anything about myself. Don't paint me as a liar and don't try. A lot of people tried to paint me as prejudiced. So I put up my mixed blood family. Then they try to paint me as uh whatever, first it's racist and then gender and whatever and all my mixed friends and everything. And I know they're going to try and pull the religion card on me. And my daughter in law is Jewish, and so are my grandchildren. And I have Muslim friends and all kinds of friends in Africa and all over the world, Syria. I belong to a group for many years now, almost a decade, is the Syrian Sisterhood. Um, and globalist sister, not globalist as in the globalist, but global sisterhood. So, yeah, they've tried to paint me in other lights than what I shine, and you're not ever going to be able to do it because it's just not me. So whatever you wanted to argue about anyway, cousin it, just forget about it. It's not going to work here. Go play somewhere else. Or like I keep telling you, if you want to mess with me, come here and meet me and we'll have a good day. I'm sure we will, even if you're a jerk. I can make jerks laugh. Did you know that? That's one of my greatest talents. But you would be laughing at yourself. I guarantee that. God puts these funny jokes in me whenever mean people are around and they end up looking as bad as they look. So I don't know if you're a boy or a girl or in between, short, tall, skinny, fat. What are you? I don't know. And you won't show yourself, but you'll argue with me. Blah, 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 blah. your cousin it. Oh my goodness. Yep. Gone are the days of trolls. Into volition, our cousins. It. You ever seen the movie It? Well, then you'll know why I'm calling you Cousin It. It isn't from the Addams family. It's from Stephen King's novel, It. So spread it around, people. Um, we aren't sheep. They aren't goats. They're cruel people that we're going to put an end to. because they can't deal with us. They can't even deal with one of us. A whole group of them. I've been in a group of Masons or Eastern Star witches. A whole group of them cannot deal with one person with God in their heart. A whole group of people. The worst they can do is talk. Um, well, sure, they could try and kill you or poison you or whatever, but it would probably fail because God takes care of his own. So, anyway, bye bye, it. I'm sure I don't like you very much. You're already bugging me, so enough on you. Bye. Um, see what else is going on. Oh, yeah, I spent most of the day outside yesterday, or quite a bit of the day. Was kind of cold, got cold after a while, but our tractor's stuck in gear, but I did get my horse's bail out. That was the main thing. And then Doug had to end up fixing it. Well, it had never been fixed, and it's an old tractor, so now it's even better than it was. So that's the good news. But yesterday was kind of a cold day outside. So I thought, I'll take a break. I'll come back and make sure I made a video today for everybody. So, yeah. But these bigger channels pushing Cern and pushing the Matrix crap and all working together like that. Like I say, one lies about it and the other one confirms it. It's like, forget about it. Forget this crap. They're just playing with people. Like I said, if I turn my clock ahead and you went outside and it's like far ahead now, that doesn't make the time far ahead. That just makes me a liar. That's what they are. They're liars. So, and no, you can't make me a liar. So, if anybody wants to cut that out of there and make some of your phony little clips that you do of people that are speaking of God, go ahead, because the only people that'll be watching you and believing you is the trash like you that would watch and believe crap like that. A normal person would see it and they're like, wow, what? That's all cut up. That don't make sense, you know, unless you're like showing somebody parts of the Bible or parts of something that somebody said and correlating it with something like that. But yeah, if you want to do that to my videos, well, first off, you don't have permission to use any of my videos. But I even had somebody take my photo and put it on a channel called Barbed Wire. I think they took it down now because I did complain about it. That was a nickname given to me by the Masons, and I don't appreciate anybody using my photo and putting that name on my name. And I wasn't even born with that name. My name was Kathleen Marie when I was born, and they changed it. So, um, so I don't appreciate it. So whoever did that, if you're still watching me, yeah, it still pisses me off. I wish I knew who you were, you know, just so I could tell you how I feel to your face. See, I have a good thing I tell people. I never talk behind somebody's back. I'll talk, let's see, what did I used to say? Yeah, I'll talk at you behind your back. And that's what I told Doug one time. I spun him around and I stood behind him. I go, let me talk behind your back. That type of thing. I'd rather tell you to your face. That's what I'm saying. These people with no faces talking to me like they're actually human. I'm sure you probably got blood in there, I think. Pretty sure you do. Some kind. I don't know if it's blue or whatever. But the only alien monster demons on this planet that use the ether that God gave us to communicate in the air in our mind's eye for evil purposes and do tricks on this planet for Satan, blow up crap for Satan, pretend that they know God's science, and use that against people too. Um, that's exactly what went wrong here. Somebody thought they were going to play God and didn't know what they were doing. I'll tell you what, if I was going to go up against God, that'd be pretty stupid of me. See, He created me. Who made who? So, um, He probably knows things I don't, I would say. That would be a stupid move. Yeah, it would. And they did, and it is. They're coming to an end. Everybody can feel the goodness coming out in people. You know, that some that I knew was always there, but they just needed to calm down. So I had to just like sit back and wait for a while. But I'm a patient woman, so yeah, most of the time I have to be pushed pretty hard to snap. And then I don't even snap as good as they want me to, so yeah. Yep. Let's see. Oh, I'm kind of proud. I have a granddaughter that has all her lessons for the whole year, everything that she needed to learn for the year, she already accomplished it in school. So they gave her an award. I suppose there's other kids that did that too, but that's really cool. Awesome. 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 Yeah, she loves school. I had times where I either loved it or hated it. It depended. And teachers have a lot to do with that too, you know. And I have one that'll start preschool. Yeah. So anyway, next year I guess she will. My tiniest one looks like her dad. Yeah, it's pretty cool to see human beings, the creation of human beings. It is like too like this. When I first met my daughter-in-law, I was thinking, you are really beautiful. Maybe Luke will fall in love with you. That's what I'm thinking to myself. So we were gonna go for a walk, and I grabbed her hand. She's my little girl like that. I do wish they lived closer. I mean, I'm not big on visiting. I'm kind of a homebody, and they know that too. But it would be nice, just like they live out on the West Coast. And God, things are really expensive out there. It's crazy, crazy expensive. But yeah. Let's see, anything else I wanted to say? I think I pretty much covered that Mandela effect. I hope you just understand that all they have to do is change a label on something and try and make people believe that that's the way it looked before. Or like quantum time in physics. Um, like I said, I'm not saying it isn't real, but what is time? If I'm still, like, my future is still a part of my past because I'm still like right here. What is time? Do you see what I'm saying? My spirit's going to go on, and it was before, and I'm here. I've always been here, and really, time has nothing to do with that. But then they try and say, well, time can be altered. Like I said, let me set my clock ahead or let me set it back. Then we'll talk about quantum time, whatever. Um, Like I say, I believe that's possible with God. And if there were any true magic, and get those words, if there were, which is only a glorified trick, but if there was true magic, God would be the one to be able to display that. Even Satan being able to control the lightning or the thunder, that's temporary, and that was given to him by God. Nothing, there's nobody that can do anything of God with supernatural abilities. No, nobody, nothing, unless it's given from him to you as a gift, and you'll know it. You'll know if you're gifted. You'll know if your third eye is clear enough to communicate with our Father. You'll know it. You'll also know that you don't need that because he's in every cell in our body, in our hearts. My pinky knows what God's doing. You know why? Because this is God's pinky on me. He made that on me. That's a part of him. That's how I know, you know, if that makes sense to you. Um, we feel him. He feels us. These people think they can hide from God, and he lives inside us. So how do you hide? It's like my kids being a part of me, or them, you know, and how do you hide from your blood? You know, it's like I don't really even like my mother, but I'm a part of her. I feel her. I don't like what I'm feeling, but I still feel her. She couldn't hide from me. I couldn't hide from her. That's the way that is. You cannot hide. It's like these people out here. Oh, I wish I could name names and destroy somebody because I'd have a whole bunch of arguments, but I'm just going to say it's a bigger channel that I said went from believing in Jesus Christ into talking all the esoteric, inky, forbidden Book of the Dead and the rest of his bullshit. So I'll just leave it on that note, but I'll go back to the fact that I heard him lie. It was a couple days ago. He said something about a video that, oh, yeah. He was making a video and pretended not to know something that was in the news that another channel had already done, and said, oh, I might as well read it while I'm here. And I thought, why lie when you know you saw it ahead of time? The other guy that already put that out before you, and everybody that just heard you say that knows you lied because we hear each other in our mind's eye. If you're not looking for it, I suppose maybe you're not going to recognize that. But I'm a lie detector, you know. And I was like, why even lower yourself to be a liar? It's like a low life. Like I know when a low life is going to start playing with me and why they're doing it. Why? You're not only showing me how low you will go, you're showing the whole world and anybody else that sees what you're writing. So, what are you accomplishing? You really aren't well, yeah, you're irritating me, but you're not pissing me off. I'm like a cat. I'm sort of like poking you near the mouse, and I'm stepping on your tail, and I might bite you a little bit a couple times. Then I'll slap you across the floor and pounce on you and keep you alive, poking you all night with that one. You know, you're doing it to yourself. You're like, you came in the cat's house and you're letting it maul you to death with its words. Why would you do that to yourself? Must be something about me that irritates you that you can't face in yourself. I was going to touch on that too. You know, it's like put that injured inner child to bed. Forgive your rotten parents, like I had to. My father raped my mother when she was a teenager, when he gave her booze. That's how I was made. He was a mason. Her mother was a seamstress. She became a seamstress. He was selling vacuum cleaners and came to their house and made a date to basically, well, it's a long story. I guess I don't have to go into all that. He ended up, because he was a mason, he's dead now, being an insurance company owner. And, but I was adopted. I was put in an orphanage. They did go back to get me. My grandmother and my mom went back to get me, and I had already been adopted out. Then, to the Masons, most likely, had kept me for 2 weeks, probably abused me, and brought me back, and I was adopted out again. Um, so I guess what my point is, I had rotten parents. I was adopted by the Masons. They were narcissists. They were Satanists. They were masochists. Um, I didn't have anybody to really tuck me in, you know what I mean? So I'm tucking myself in now. I'm taking care of me. I put that injured child to bed and gave her a kiss goodnight. That's what you need to do. You need to forgive your rotten parents. Don't take it out on me, because I kissed my babies goodnight and I took care of them every day. So, what you need to do is put that injured baby to bed, give it a kiss goodnight, forgive your parents, and move on with you. Don't try and take it out on somebody that's innocent, because I'm going to go off on your shit pretty soon. Maybe I'll find out where you live and come and visit you. That is possible. I'm quite sure if I ask God, He'll reveal who you are to me. You know, not to fight with you, but I would like to really confront your bullshit. Whoever gives me bullshit, I have this dying urge to hunt you down and slay you with my words in person. And if it did escalate, I really wouldn't care. That is my personality, just so you probably already know. Have fun. Whatever it, whatever. So, yeah. Like I said, when I don't have many people watching me, my subs are going away. No, they weren't subs, they were subhuman. So I'm glad they're gone. And only the important ones are watching. So, hi, you guys, ladies and gentlemen, my friends, people that I respect and love. So, and want to meet in person because you're awesome. You know, them ones, you guys, you ladies and gentlemen. I try to get out of that stupid bad habit of calling people guys. There's some channels out there, they do it all the time. And to me, it's more Satanistic, because Satan would love if everybody was all the same gender, all the same color, preferably no men to protect the women. That would be the no man to stand up on the planet against his male entity. That would be his ideal plan. But that's not going to happen, because he doesn't have control anymore, not in a whole sense, not like he used to. So that's why people, as they say, the Great Awakening, it's time. It was all planned out. Oh, did you all hear about that some kind of planet that's altering our magnetic field here on the Earth. Now, they're not calling it Nibiru or the blue or red Kachina. They didn't put no name on it or actually even a size or anything. But I guess it lay dormant for like 11 years and it's right behind the sun and they couldn't detect its uh, signal. It has some kind of radio frequency like we do, and it's gotten stronger and it's affecting our Schumann resonance. So they didn't say how, they didn't say, but they did say it did get stronger. Now my question is, how did they know it was dormant for 11 years? And if they knew it was there and it wasn't dormant before and it was noisy, then what is it? Why isn't why aren't they naming it? Why did they tell us it had been sleeping for 11 years and just woke up now? I have all these questions. Of course, we know NASA never a straight answer, but I mean, I think that was on Science Today, if I'm not mistaken, or Science Daily. I'll probably check it out. But that might be something I might want to do in a couple days. I got to write a letter tomorrow, a couple of them maybe, and but and I want to put a lot of thought and time and love into it. So yeah, I will be preoccupied. I'll probably do a video tomorrow night once I get the letters underway and whatnot, you know. So, but yeah, I just found it pretty odd. Maybe somebody wants to look that up and do a video about it or something. You know, what's that planet that was lying dormant for 11 years and what's affecting our magnetic frequency on the planet now? And if they knew about it 11 years ago, why didn't they say something then? Why are they just saying something now about it? What's its name? Are they going to name it? Did they name it before? You know, what did they call it besides some more of their bullshit? That's what I want to know. That's what I call this new planet back there. Or maybe it's a spaceship. Maybe God's sitting back there and he was taking a nap and he just turned his ship on and he's powering up all the generators. Probably take 3 months to dial them all in because it's huge, you know. So just imagine, wouldn't that be so cool? Like it's not impossible. I just thought it. A lot of times a person will think something and then it'll go out into the ether and somebody will make it. It's like shoehorns. Somebody got it. Was it the guy that made it? I don't know. Might have been somebody else's thought, you know. It's true because I can be thinking something where God's orchestrating us all. I know that. I'll be thinking something and then a friend will put out a video just on my thoughts. So, of course, he's conducting his orchestra like this with us all the time because he's inside us, like every little cell. Well, there's Karen and Christy and oh, cousin it. Oh, yeah. I don't want to bite myself. I don't want to bite it either. But you see, and so I feel you because you're in there and you feel me. So it's just like that liar lying, oh, I didn't see this. We might as well read it while I'm here when the other dude already put out a video on it like about 2 hours before that. I would have just said, I would have told it like it is. That's what makes me not a liar. I would have said, I saw somebody report on this. Here's this article. Let's check it out here. That's the way I would have worded it. Then I would not be a liar or look like a fool. You see, you can get a lot more out of life if you tell the truth. And I grew up believing and hearing that if you tell the truth, you'll never forget it. Liars forget what they say. You have to cover up one lie with another lie and another lie. And then you end up lying to yourself. I think some narcissists literally believe their own lies. They tell them enough. I mean, I don't know how they can, but I have seen this. People tell a lie, tell a lie, tell a lie. And I just say to them, just because you say it doesn't make it so. And just because you keep repeating the same old lie doesn't make it not a lie. It just means you're repeating the same old lies, you know. And liars do forget they lied. I'm sure they got to write it down or go back and look at their videos to make sure, oh, what did I say? Do I have to cover my tracks, I don't have to. I don't have to worry about that. If you don't lie, you'll never forget it because it happened to you and it's the truth, you know. Even I got in trouble and they were just about laughing at me because I wouldn't lie about nothing. I just said I did this because, and I wasn't feeling well. Could not help myself. And I mean, as far as physically, um, so I did something stupid, and, but I didn't lie about it. And I knew I was going to get caught anyway, but I was literally homebound and could do nothing for myself. So I think they showed mercy on me because I didn't lie, you know. And even when I was young and I would run away, you know, I would either say nothing or, like they would have, they tried to take me to a psychiatrist, the Masons did. I ended up trying to take them to one too when I became an adult, but they wanted to know why I was running away. And I wouldn't say a word because I knew better. They took me to it was called Golden Valley something. They have some big golf course out there. Um, and some big psychological center was the beginning of all that shit. But anyway, I wouldn't say a word. For her stuff, I wasn't stupid. And then when I hear a guy's brain and I was only 15, maybe 14, not thinking right, I get kind of in attack mode. I've always been like that. So when I hear dirty thoughts inside, I'll torture them. So I was like, literally did that ink blot test, and everything I said was whacked. It was not what I thought. I thought, I'm not going to tell you that I think that looks like an apple. So I said it looked like a ball. I'm not going to tell you that looks like a butterfly. It looked like two umbrellas, that type of thing. I thought I'm really going to F with you because you're Fing with me first. So I couldn't trust him from the get go. So how do you go and bare your soul or get any kind of help in life if you know that everybody's your enemy right from the start? You have nowhere to turn. You know, that's what I went through. So, yeah. But then I found out everybody's pretty weak. And if I ever did want to talk to anybody, even near my level, then I would have to settle for less than what I really wanted. And that happened way too much in my life. Now I'm seeing that there's people that actually do know they didn't create themselves. They're not playing a game. They want to know everything there is to know of the truth. and nothing but the truth, so help us God. And I'm going to leave it on that note. I love you all. Thank you for joining me. Um, yeah, thank you very much. Grow up yet. Tuck yourself in, give yourself a kiss goodnight, and um, forgive your parents because Satan got to them too. They might not be okay until they're washed clean, but you can be. You got a chance. So just do that because I had to put my injured child to bed. You do too. Just do it for you. Peace and love from Pine City, Minnesota, USA.